This is a video on how to do simple arithmetic using Excel. I find that many first-time users or perhaps students have a hard time getting started on Excel because it has a lot of functions and they're kind of confused as to how to proceed. And everybody should know these basic functions, and it's a great way to start off Excel. So let's take some examples, and we'll take an example of a class of 4 students with their test scores, and we need to get the average of the test scores. So the first thing we'll do is add them up. We'll go to the cell where we want the answer and hit plus. We'll go over to the cell with 100 and then hit plus again. Go over to the cell and click on 92, plus, click on the 75, and then finally hit plus and click on the last number, 77, and hit enter. And that gives us the total of 344. We could have gotten this total by simply clicking the sum sign, which is up here. I'm using Microsoft 2016. We'll click that. It highlights the grades. That's what we want. And hit enter. And there we have 344 again. We'll divide by 4. So we'll hit plus, go over to the sum, the 344, divide by 4, and our average is 86. Now we could have also done this, I'll just do it a fancy way, just to show you what Excel is capable of. And I'll hit equals, average, and in parentheses, we'll just highlight the grades, close it up, and hit enter. And there we have the average. And this is just to show you what Excel can do. And as you go along and have more experience with Excel, you'll be able to do these things yourself. Let's look at an example of a percentage increase where in January we have 100,000 of revenues and in February 120,000. So the first thing we'll do is get the difference. We'll hit plus, come over to the 120,000 and minus, and we'll click on the 100,000 and hit enter. And that gives us a change of $20,000. And now we need to divide by the 100,000. So we'll click on plus, click on the 20,000, and then we'll hit the slash mark. That's where your question mark is on the keyboard. And we'll click on 100,000. And now we divided by 100,000. And we want to format this as a percentage, so we'll just click on percent over here on top, and that gives us 20%. One last thing we'll look at is weighted average. And let's say you're a student and you're graded based on your midterm and final, and they count the same, 50% each. So we'll say, let's use the equal sign this time instead of the plus. We'll say equals, and here's our grade for the midterm, multiplied, and that's the asterisk, and we'll click on 50% and hit enter. And let's just copy this over. We'll do a right click, copy, go over to the next cell and hit enter. And when we add these up, we'll use the sum and hit enter, and it's 90. And we know that because the average of 80 and 100 is 90. But let's say the midterm counts for only 35%. So I'll just go ahead and type over this, put 35, and here I'll put a 50 and hit enter. And now automatically our average changes. Oh, wait, it's supposed to be 65%, and our average changes to 93. And it's a terrific way of using Excel where we just change some of our information, some of our data, and the formulas carry the answer over, and we're done. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful, and thanks for watching.